In my salon because I'm gonna show you how I pack my house call bag, everything I pack, and also my tips and tricks that I learned the hard way. So you don't have to. First thing I'm going to talk about in this video is 3 quick tips to make your packing so much easier, and then we will be going over what I pack and how I pack. So let's go. My top 3 tips are: 1, always have a checklist. If you don't have a checklist, you're absolutely done for and you're going to forget something. If you have to pack in a rush, if you don't have a checklist to go off of, then you're going to forget something. 2 or 3 years ago, I forgot nail files. Like actual nail files, so I couldn't shape my clients' nails. I was so embarrassed because you feel like so not professional and you're like, wow, this person's paying like more money for this appointment and I forgot something. Like, you just don't want to do that. So checklist is just so major. Does my hair look cute or do I just look dumb? Remember?
I chimed in with the how did you people ever heard of?
Second biggest tip is invest in cordless equipment. So I have a rechargeable electric file, I have a rechargeable light and LED light, and I have a rechargeable like desk light. So because you definitely need to bring a light to see, because house calls, you never know if it's going to be dark or whatever it may be. So I have all 3 of those are rechargeable, and I'm so glad. I used to not have that, and I used to have to plug in all 3 of those things, and with house calls you can't be super reliant on outlets, because something I learned, especially during all of the salon shutdowns, I had to do nails outside in someone's backyard, which was stressful because the sun started curing the gel, and so we had to like put an umbrella over us. But we did nails in the backyard and there's not really like, there weren't really outlets, so luckily I had already invested in all of my cordless stuff, so whew, it was so helpful. So I can't recommend that enough. I'll link a bunch of stuff down below and I'll write a little blog post outlining everything today, so hopefully it just makes things easier. Third tip is pack everything. Just pack everything. I mean, I know that your client is like, this is what I want and that's it, but like, is it really what you want? Are you gonna change your mind when I get there? You know what I mean? It's like, it's so funny. People are always like, well, like if they know what they want, then I'll just pack that. Don't do it. I have done that and it is devastating. Like you get there and then all of a sudden they're like, actually I want this, and you're like, oh my God, I did not pack any of that. So please just overpack. Like, it is so important because you never know. They're just gonna change their mind. Also, what if you got another call while you were there? Also, what if they were like, hey, this has happened so many times, like the day of or while you're there, they're like, hey, my friend is here, my friend's coming over, and then they're like, oh, I want nails, and if you have time, you're like, sure. So just pack extra of everything because you never know, 1, what they want, and 2, if something's gonna change last minute. You wanna be prepped for anything. Like, you wanna show up like, I am here, I am ready. Top 3, just to review: checklist, cordless, prepare for anything. So now I'm gonna show you all the stuff that I pack. Okay, first thing is my most important little piece in my suitcase, and it is my little prep work pouch. It's so cute. It's basically just a little packing cube with all of my important prep work stuff in it. So it has all of my clean tools, it has all of my files and buffers, it has extra supplies of cotton and wipes, it has gloves, and it has all of my electric file bits. And the way this is organized is I have all of these pouches. It's funny, all of these pouches are a part of my nail brush kit. So if you buy my whole nail brush kit, it comes with this like free little pouch, or you can just buy the pouch separate, or just not buy the pouch at all. This isn't a shameless plug. I just have a lot of these pouches, okay? But the point of these pouches was I labeled them all with like clean and dirty, and I highly recommend doing that so you don't get your tools confused and you keep things nice and separate. I also have these e-file boxes that I just put my little sticker on, and I labeled those with clean and dirty too, so I'm not like losing all of my dirty tools on my bag because I'm trying to keep it separate. So in conclusion, can't recommend putting all of your prep work in one section. So all I do is just pull this little packing cube out of my bag and keep it next to me because I'm not like needing to fully unpack everything. It's all just there and I can just reach for it when I need it. Now the liquid station, which is also very important. All of this is very important. I don't know why I keep saying that, but this includes all of my liquids like my alcohol, my acetone, and my nail cleanser, which is literally just alcohol and acetone mixed together with blue dye. Not even kidding. I fall for it. I fall for it every time. I say, okay, this is a cleanser. All right, add to cart. I guess I need it instead of just making my own. I'm a sucker. I am their target market. Anywho, everyone always asks what my third blue liquid is. I'm like, that's literally what it is. Leave me alone, okay? So you can kind of see, I also pack this to the brim with like all my base coats and top coats too. I also pack more base coats and top coats later, but I just have these right here just so like if I hold it to the side, it's not wiggling around, because if it wiggles around too much, then all of the stuff is gonna fall out. And this little liquid station is the same thing as my prep pouch. I pull it out and just keep it next to me the whole entire time. So again, it is alcohol, acetone, cleanser, wipes, cuticle oil, base coat, top coat, bonder, hand sanitizer. Boom, tightly packed, nothing's gonna get lost in my suitcase. And like I mentioned before, I also pack more base and top coats. I made this cute little box out of like an old OPI like thing and I labeled it. And this kind of holds like my extension gel and other like base and top coats that I might use, like other colors or whatever, non-wipe versus wipe top coats, just all those kind of things, nothing too crazy. Because for the most part, all of my most reach for and most important base and top coats are in my liquid station. This is just my backup. Now let's go over how I pack all of my colors. I made these cute little boxes a while back for all of my reds and my like pinky mauve neutrally tones because I was finding that it was super inefficient for me to like keep digging in my bag for a specific color and keep digging around for different reds, and I wanted to put those specific colors in these boxes because clients are very particular about those. So I figured, why not just put them all in one box so it's easily reachable and I can be like, boom, here are all my reds for you to pick from. Boom, here are all those like pinky neutrals for you to pick from, so I don't have to keep going in and out and make the house call less efficient. Moving on, I have made my life easier with my potted gels. I always keep my potted gels just stored in these little containers. I think they're made to hold like files and stuff, but I just keep this in my drawer like this, and then I can just throw this in my suitcase and be totally prepared without having to hand pick my colors out. So highly recommend just keeping your potted gels in containers like this so it's easily transferable from suitcase to drawer, drawer to suitcase. And then finally, my gel colors, obviously. Dude, real quick, I have a gel collection. The fuck? I feel like I really lucked out because this container has 18 slots in it and I have 18 gel colors for now. I purposely made this gel collection to be some of your most asked for, most common, most popular salon colors. So this is something I pull out all the time. I always keep this next to me because it has your white, it has your black, it has your like deep plum, it has your red, it has your pinks, it has your blues. It's like super key colors that I use very often. So I will pack this up as well. Now let's just get into packing all my stuff. So the first thing I'm gonna place is my liquids. I always just wrap it up. I make sure all of the tops are locked so it's not gonna leak. And I wrap my liquids up in a towel just like this, and I place it in the bottom of my suitcase facing up, just so when I lay my suitcase flat in the car or at the house, I can make sure that the liquids are always facing upwards. They're pretty much only sideways when I'm rolling it up to the house call. And I actually put a little sticker on my suitcase that says like up and a little arrow to show me which side of the suitcase to have facing upwards so I know my liquids are not upside down. And then I do the same thing with my bottle gel here because obviously it's not a closed container, and it's not just like, it's not for leakage issues, it's more of just like I don't want all the bottles to fall out of my cute little container and roll around in my suitcase. I want them to stay in place so it's super easy to grab and super quick. Now when it comes to packing, I'm pretty much it's just a giant puzzle. You're just trying to make everything fit nicely and kind of snug so it's not moving around too much. And what I will say is, seeing as I'm making my liquid station be right side up the whole time, I'm gonna put my most used gel colors on that side as well, so all of those are right side up too, like my gel collection that I just showed you that I wrapped and my most popular potted gel colors. And then on the other side of the suitcase, I'm going to put my least used potted gel colors that I'm not too worried about them being upside down, and of course my little prep pouch, and that's it. Also, you can see in my little zipper pockets in between the suitcase sides, I have all of my gel extension tips that I'm gonna use. So that's really nice because they're zipped up, so I don't have to worry about them like breaking and all of the tips flying all over the suitcase. If they break, if they pop open, it's still in that pocket, so I'm not too worried. But I haven't had any issues because, like I said, everything is like pretty snugly packed in there, so nothing's really moving around too much. After we pack all the colors and all of my tools, then we move on to this small bag, which is super convenient because this is how I keep all of my electronics separate from all of my gels and liquids, just in case. So this is where I keep my LED lamp, my electric file, and my desk light. And I also put a couple extra like chargers in there just in case. You never know. What if? What if I forgot to fully charge it? I don't know. What if it just dies? So I'm always, again, I'm just prepared for anything. I'm prepared for absolute disaster. That's what I'm prepared for. And this bag is nice because on the back of it, it has like a little elastic that actually wraps around the luggage handle so it won't move or won't go anywhere. But I personally like to put it in my little like canvas tote bag here because sometimes if I last minute need to pack something, I just stuff it in the bag without having to open all of my nicely packed luggage. And the last thing I pack is this little stool that just like folds up and it has a little handle. It's super convenient and it's been very useful. I just got it maybe last year, so it's pretty new to my kit, but I really love it. It's so helpful for if you like have to sit on the floor, if you have to do someone's toes, whatever it is, it's so helpful and it's really easy to pack. All you do is just wrap it around your suitcase handle and boom, you're set. And my luggage and the little luggage that sits on top of it and my packing cube, actually my little like prep work pouch, they're all from CalPack and I obviously really like it. It works well for me in my situation, but I know there are so many other like luggages and trunks out there that are actually made for these types of services. So definitely do a little bit more research. This specific luggage takes up a lot of space because it opens up flat. But honestly, I have made it work so well for me. Clearly, I have my whole system down and everyone's system is going to be different. I'm going to link a couple things down below, like a different suitcase that I know is very widely used in the beauty industry because it has like, it stands tall, takes up less space, there's drawers included, and like a built-in seat. I don't know. Again, I'm no pro packer. I've just been doing this for a few years and I have learned a few tips and tricks along the way. So I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks for watching.